Hi, Brenda and Desiree. Can you hear me okay? And do you see everything okay here? Is there enough light? Just looks good? Okay. Let's see. Looks good. Okay. And sound is okay. And also light. Hi, Charlene. Hi, Sparkleberry Shine. Claudia, hello. Okay, so everything is good. I can release my IT support, which was hanging here, to see that everything is working. Hi, Joanne. So, new camera and new laptop, which is sitting to my left. So I can see, well, the preview and also the chat. And new tripod with light. So better quality for the live. I've also recorded a video with the new camera, and it will be up on Sunday, and I hope also better quality. And also I have now, it doesn't work yet for the live. I hope I will figure out how it will work, but in the video that I recorded, I have now this control that I can do zoom in, zoom out. So it worked on the video that I recorded. It still doesn't work for the live, but I hope that I'll figure it out. Some stuff needs to still be figured out. Okay, so thanks, Claudia. I'm waiting to see, is Linda here? If you are, please say something in the comments. So I got some happy mail that I'm going to go over with you. One of the things in the happy mail was this lovely envelope, and it's going to be part of the focal point today for an art journal page. And let's see, last week there wasn't a live because well, I wasn't here. Wizz Air returned their flight, so me and hubby booked a flight and managed to go for a few days and get out of this crazy place for a few days. So that's why there wasn't a live. And well, I hope that more flights will return. I still have some that were booked with Ryanair, which still not returned, but we'll see. Okay, so let's see. we'll start with some of the things from the Happy Mail that I got. It's not everything. I got a Mad magazine because Linda knows how I like Mad magazine, and you can't find it here. I think at least I haven't seen a Mad magazine here in maybe 3 decades, and most of what I have are issues from the 70s and 80s. So she sent me a special edition for Halloween. Finally, she could send here the Happy Mail, and I'm still going through the Mad magazine because you can't do it in one go. And she also sent me my favorite pens, the Uniball Signal white and gold. I can't buy them anymore. Amazon is just awful. They don't send it here anymore. They only send a few stuff. It's just not worth it. So got my white and gold Uniball Signal and all kinds of other markers. And of course the envelope that I'm going to use today as a focal point. It had lots of words cut out in it, and there was another envelope so with more cutouts, so I just put them all together. And I love this because I have trouble finding things like that. So, and I really like this one. I'm really wanting to do a page that I can put this on. So lots to do with all the stuff that I got here. So that's the words, the cutouts. And I got some cards, nice cards that also can be used in art journal pages. Let's move this aside. And another lovely greeting card and an envelope that I'm going to use, not today, but later on. Love this paper napkin. And I got this and these are vellum that I don't get to use much in my art journals, but now I'm thinking how to incorporate them into an art journal page. Printed tissue paper. I'm betting this is one of Tim Holtz's tissue papers. Another thing that we can't get here. So more stuff. And I've got these lovely papers. It says it's a stained glass paper. At first I didn't know what I was looking on until I saw what is written. I don't know if you can see this, but it's like vellum, and it has some, it's translucent, so you can play with this with all kinds of colors. Again, I need to find a way to incorporate them and do something special with them. Very, very lovely papers. I like papers. So, yeah. Never seen this before, this kind of paper. I got this lovely dog, and it's probably going into my focal points box. Don't really know what I'm going to do with this. Probably going to go into some kind of a vintage look background. This one into the focal points. Most likely I will cut out the image and paint it black, so I will have a very nice silhouette to put on a page. Got this, and I got this. Oh, and all kinds of stuff that I already used, like I got this lovely owl, and it was a rectangle piece of paper, but I looked at it and I just had to cut it into a circle, and I put it in this journal. So that's one of the things that I've done with what Linda sent me. And let's move this envelope. Is going to be used, so I'm keeping it here, and I'm keeping this here. I'm going to talk about this. Okay, so one of my journals, which I want to do a page today, and yes, the envelope will be here. So I'm going to start, before I start with talking and telling all kinds of stuff, and let's see what's going on in the chat. Hi Juanita and Melissa. Yeah, okay. So when I looked at this envelope, I like envelopes, first of all. And it looks like something that was handmade from a magazine page. At least that's how it looks to me. And it's beautiful, but I didn't want to lose what I've got here. So I was trying to figure out how to use it in an art journal page and not lose anything. So it's a crazy idea, but bear with me. I'm going to cut this envelope, and let's see. I'm trying to be very careful. I don't want to damage the shape of the envelope. I just want to separate the front from the back. Okay. Oh, more words that were hiding deep inside. Okay. Oh, so it was from a calendar. Yeah. So that's the front, and now I just need to cut here. Okay. So that's going to be part of my focal point, and I'm going to use this to make flowers that are going out from the envelope. First, I want to put some background. I'm not going to do anything special. I just picked some neutral paper from a scrapbook pad, like 12 by 12, and I think that's what I'm going to use here. So I'm just going to glue it down. I wanted something as I said, neutral, so that's why I picked this specific paper. I was more interested in what I can do with the envelope than the background, so that's why I'm just using something already made to be in the background. Maybe I'll add something later, but right now it's just going to be this. Okay. I'm just trimming the excess. Okay. We already have a background, and envelope is going to be here. Now, what I wanted to do is to start making a, well, first I want some white paper to replace this. So I will still have a back for my envelope. It doesn't need to be the whole shape because it will be obstructed by this. I just need to have something that will replace what I took from the envelope. So I'm just going to take a piece of white paper, I can even change the shape of the fold if I want to. Let's see. Whoops. I moved. What's going on with me today? Okay. Okay. Just thinking, where do I want it to go? How high I want it? Maybe here. Yeah. It's not that important. Okay. So I've got this, and now I can glue it down, of course, and my flowers are practically going to come out of the envelope. Okay, envelope done, although I'm thinking that maybe I will ink around the edges later on. I'm not sure. That's why I'm not gluing it to my page yet. And now that's the piece that I took from the back, and I'm thinking, what kind of flowers do I want? You can, if you're doing something similar, you can do of course, any flower that you want by hand. If you have stamps, you can stamp around. and then cut it. I think I'll do something loose and by hand, and all kinds of sizes, something like that. Yeah, why not? And now I'm thinking if I want to do it in the back or do it here, and I will have the black lines. Okay, I'm gonna do it. Whatever will be, will be. Yes, I always say, what's the worst that could happen? And I want to really do a lot of them and use all of this. So let's see. Some are going to be with 4 petals, some with more. I don't know. As I said, I'm doing it freehand, and whatever will happen will happen. I'm a little bit changing as I go, but keeping the general shape. Of course, I will have the joy of fussy cutting all of this. Let's do some bigger one. Yeah. I'm doing as much as I can fit in, and maybe I'll use all of them, maybe I will use just some, I don't know yet. I'm not doing ones here, I'm more interested in this area, in these colors, than this. Some big ones, some smaller ones. Okay, I think it's enough. If I need more, I will pick another paper and do more flowers. That's what I'm thinking. Let's see what's going on in the chat and drink some tea. Who did I miss? I don't know how to move the chat here. Hi, Rosemary. Hi, Beth Ann. The joys of fussy cutting, yes. Okay, so I think I'm caught up with the chat, and I'll start a fussy cutting, and then we're going, while I'm fussy cutting, I'll talk about this. This I got in the happy mail from Linda, and and it reminded me of this, which I'm going to talk about. So, a few years ago, when I found out that I can watch all kinds of tutorials on YouTube, I came in, let's say, I came in late into this all things that are called social media. And first I thought I used to look for only videos about how to replace a faucet and all kinds of stuff like that. I didn't know that there are tutorials. And once I realized what's going on. Somehow down the rabbit hole, I found a cat hand channel and started following her tutorials. The what's it called? Now it escaped me. Mixed media morsels. That's how she called it. And basically, it was tutorials about art journaling and mixed media. And that's what started me with art journaling, because then it gave me an outlet to do all the things I wanted to do without needing to buy a canvas for each one of my ideas. And it just opened up more possibilities for me. So that's how I started with this whole art journaling thing with cat hand, let's say prompts, mixed media morsels, videos, and it was like attached to a Facebook group that each week with whatever the prompt or tutorial, whatever you want to call it, you posted it on the Facebook group, and well, it created a community that shared and helped each other, and it was great. So I was really loving it, and I thought, well, if there is this kind of group, there are probably more groups. So went looking for other creators like Cat Hand, and I first I found one. I'm not going to say the names, and started following this person and the tutorials, and also the Facebook group that was again attached to the prompts, if you can call it that. And then she posted, she done a video and posted on the Facebook group, and said, if you watch the video, like, share what you have done. So as much as I understood, and I did follow the video, In response to what she put on the Facebook group, I posted what I've done and said, "Thank you for sharing this tutorial. It was great. That's what I've done," and put a picture. The response I got was, "If you post again in this Facebook group, I will kick you out of the Facebook group." So I said bye-bye and just deleted everything and never ever went into her channel again. I don't know what she was trying to accomplish. Why are you posting in a Facebook group to share what the people done if you don't want them to share? I really didn't understand it, and I remember checking what she wrote, and I have a very great understanding of the English language, but I went again and again and read her post to see where did I miss something, and I didn't miss anything. So till this day, I don't understand what she was trying to achieve by it. If you don't want people to post what they've done, then don't do it. So then I still wasn't deterred, and I found another Facebook group, another channel with a Facebook group with prompts, and that each week we posted what we've done. Of course, you don't have to, but and for a time it was really nice, and but then there was some change in whoever ran the channel, and although the person who ran the channel and the Facebook group, at one point I thought she was my friend, as much as you can be friends when you are in another continent. But I thought we were friends. We exchanged happy mail and talked through Messenger and all kinds of stuff. I even made a toy for her cat. So for a time that was nice, and there were prompts each week, and I posted what I've done. Not always, but most of the time I posted what I've done for the prompts. And from week to week, there seemed to be something going on. First of all, one time there was like a glitch, let's say, in the Facebook group. Not everyone could see what like the manager or the administrator of the Facebook group was posting, and I contacted her and told her what I think is the problem and how to fix it. And it seems that, and that was really in the beginning, I think, I said like "Dear X," because I don't know, that's how I knew you are supposed to start like, I don't know, a conversation, a mail, whatever. So and she said that I'm condescending because I wrote "Dear," whatever her name was, which I'm not, as I said, I'm not going to say. And so that was the start. Something was like off. And then it, like each week there was like, she would post something like, at first everyone could also share if they've done a video that was connected to her channel, to her prompt. So, and I already had a channel, so I would do that, and I would say this is the prompt from the, and say the channel, her channel, and put links to it, and so, and gave credit and everything. And it seemed all right for a time, but then she said no, no sharing other channels, no putting links, whatever. Okay, no putting anything like that. That's fine by me. So it's like, and then it started to be like each week there was another kind of like a verdict. No doing this, no doing that. And then one week I'm trying to get into the group to post that week prompt, and I can't get into the group. So I'm thinking I have a problem with Facebook. But I can see that I can get into other groups. So I don't know what's going on. And then I reached out to a friend that I knew was in the group and asked her, can you enter the group? She said, yes, everything is okay at my end. So then I reached out to her, to the person who ran the channel and the Facebook group, and asked, somehow I can't get into the group. And I also sent another message to another admin of the group to say, so maybe she knows why I can't get into the Facebook group. So it turns out they kicked me out of the group. No notice, no nothing, no one talked to me. They just kicked me out of the group. So I'm like, what's the word? Flabbergasted? Don't know what's going on. I'm saying, why am I out of the group? What did I do? You didn't tell me anything. So that's when she sent me this, and I've kept it because that's what prompted me to continue with my channel. And this is always here. You can't see it. It's to my right, where I have like a stand with brushes and the hot glue gun and all kinds of stuff, and I stuck it there. So I'm going to read this to you. I'm just going to check the chat to see what I'm missing, because it's a little bit difficult to go back with what I've got right now. Hey, Jojo. Okay, so for anyone who just came in, I just told how I was kicked out of a Facebook group that was connected to a channel, a YouTube channel, and that's what she told me, why she kicked me. And mind you, with no notice, without telling me anything. She told me this: self-promotion. You are not a team player. The group ethos is to be kind, supportive, and encouraging, and 99% of the group are. Your posts were all about you. You came back to the group repeatedly throughout the week, always replying to the lovely comments you received, which of course always pushed your post straight to the top again, but you never offered so much as a thumbs up to anyone else. When I posted the message in the group earlier this week asking everyone to be considerate to others and share the love, you seemed to think this didn't apply to you. You selfishly commented on one post and then went on to reply to 3 more comments on your own post. How much time does it take to give a few likes or loves? I wish you well, Noit. You are a very talented artist. It is also rude to be a part of a community of group and lavish in the glory. So just so you know, I'm lavishing in the glory. So lavish in the glory, but show no interest that's whatsoever in any of the other amazing artwork that is being shared. So I kept this. This it's hilarious to me. First of all, if let's say that I was selfish, couldn't you just? I thought she was my friend. We talked all the time through Messenger. Couldn't you reached out and said something? Nope. And I don't know what this lavish in the glory. I still don't know what, how am I lavishing in the glory. So what can I say? So I left it behind, kept it, and that's what is prompting me a lot of time to just continue with the channel and doing more artwork, so anyone can do the same. And that's why there is now the Facebook group. So if you want to share what you're doing, you can. You can lavish in the glory. Oh my God. It still makes me laugh. Why did I remember this? Is because Linda sent me this in the Happy Mail. It says, star, someone who thrives on change and instability, someone who grows in direct proportion to the challenges facing her, someone who proves it can be done, someone who is a model of what's possible. And she wrote Noit and did an arrow. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to frame this, and I'm going to frame this, and I'm going to put them next to each other. So this was just great. Okay, so we've got some flowers here, and I'm thinking, how do I want to do the stem? If I want it just with the black marker, or with something else like an acrylic marker. I don't know. Let's see what's going on in the chat. Oh, I didn't lose a friend. She wasn't a friend to begin with, if that's what she's done. Yeah, it just and I still see sometimes cat hands videos and Facebook group, and she's great. If you want to go to the start about art journaling and something that is very not easy, but what I'm trying always to do and make it accessible, then go check Cat Hand channel. She is great. She doesn't have a this kind of ego trip. She's always nice, and she's always prompting people to share. So yeah. Okay, I think I'll just glue my envelope. I'm not going to, or maybe instead of inking around the edge, I'm going to do what I love to do. I'm going to do the squiggly line around. That's what I'm going to do. Yep. And then I will adhere it to my page. I really like that it worked. I mean being able to use the whole envelope and not lose what was in the back. I'm already loving it. Yep. Okay, glue, glue, glue. Let's hope it's straight and not crooked. And let's see. I think I'll put the smaller ones here right now and start with the larger ones. And I'll just do the stems with the black marker just to keep with the same look. Let's do some stems and then I'll continue to the other flowers. Okay, next. Okay. Seems like I've got enough flowers. I don't need to find another paper to make more. So that's good. I've got those strings from the glue. Yeah, I'm tempted to do some leaves, but I think it will be overcrowded. Yep, I really like it. Very simple and very spring look. I'm checking the chat. Okay, thank you, everyone. I just didn't want to lose all the beautiful paper, so it seemed like I need to do something about it. Where is the other stuff? So much thing on. Where did I put it? The other stuff that I got from Linda. There is another envelope there that I should probably do something also. Like this one that came with a greeting card. So the greeting card, of course, is going to be in some art journal page, but even the envelope. So this side, I don't care much for it, but see, the inside is lovely, and all of this is just great. So you would probably dismantle this envelope also. It's just a shame not to use all this stuff. Maybe even dismantle in terms of taking this part apart and this one, and just make a collage with other papers that will complement this. So, and also tone down a little bit of the pink and the flowers. I'm thinking book pages would probably work great with this. Maybe I should do another page. Like this is the focal point, and I can probably play with this. Let's see. I can't help myself. What can I say? Book pages. Book pages. And let's see. Probably have some more stuff. I've got a whole stash here with things that are like a vintage look. So maybe I'm just picking some stuff randomly. And we'll see where it gets me. I love backgrounds with book pages, especially the brownish ones. I'm going with a glue stick now because I really don't want to start with wet glue and waiting for everything to dry. Okay. Right now I'm more going for coverage than any kind of planning. Whatever. Just so it would be a little bit different than the rest. Otherwise, I really don't care. Some of it is going to be covered. This is more the beginning and just coverage, and so not everything will look the same. Yeah. Okay, so this is going to be the focal point. I'm going to cut this. So I want it here. And now let's see how I can incorporate the other pieces. Again, I'm dismantling the envelope. So first, I don't care for this design, but I've got this side. Maybe I will put little pieces of this on the page. Not sure yet. Let's see. Maybe corners, something like that. And I'm going to cut this, the flap. I'm thinking okay, I'm just deciding as I'm going. There is no planning into it. Okay, this is nice, but I'm thinking I'm going to trim it and do it not symmetrical. Just to break down on some of all these straight lines I've got. Okay, so this is probably going here, and let's take something else. Maybe another corner. Maybe. Not sure about everything yet. I'm playing with the pieces. I think I'll keep at least this for another project, because again the same image just doesn't go here on this page. So yeah, but maybe I can use this. Okay. Something like that. And I'm trying to figure a shape to add from this, something that will go here and maybe here, and we'll go, let's do butterflies. When in doubt, stick a butterfly. Let's see. I've got this sponge, which will probably give me enough butterflies to spread all over. The only downside of this sponge that you really need a lot of strength to. Oh my god. Oh. Okay. Managed it somehow. I've got another butterfly punch that I can use, but first I want these smaller ones. Okay, maybe another one. Okay, another butterfly punch. Let's see. Seems like something is stuck in my punch, but I don't know. Okay, so here is another one. Something is stuck here and I can't see where I'm punching. Okay, now we're cooking, I think. Okay, now I can play with this. Yeah, definitely. Okay. I think I'm done with the punches. So, yeah. And let's start gluing stuff. I hope it's straight. At this hour, I think my eyesight just not working anymore. Okay, so I forgot this. Let's see. This one is just going to the trash, sorry. Don't like it. And this one, let's see, maybe I can take more butterflies out of. Nope. Enough is enough. Here we go. This one is saved for another project. Let's see. This came with a bunch of these papers. I didn't know what it is, and then I found that it's a sticker. So maybe I can do something and incorporate it also into the page, just because. It looked like just acetate when I saw it. Didn't understand what's the purpose of it. Don't know, even remember how I found out that it's a sticker. Now I need to peel it. Oh boy. Almost. Here we go. Yep. No. This one. I'm not going to use the rest. I really like what's going on here. Maybe just a little bit darkening the edges. So I'm taking some distressing. I'm going inside more at the corners. That's how I like to do this. Maybe it would be better if I'll use a makeup sponge. Yeah, maybe a little bit better. Yeah. This works here where the fold is. Makeup sponge works better on the other sides. Yeah. Okay, I'm not finished yet. I'm having fun. What can I say? Although I'm quite tired. I've got this forever and ever. And I forget to use stuff that I have, which is a shame. Okay, and fan brush. Okay, this is nice, but not enough for what I wanted. I need a darker brown now. And just want like to do like a watermark, like someone put a glass on the page. Yeah. Yeah. Now I'm happy. What can I say? Some of you probably are having a fit, but it was just too nice and too I don't know how to too planned. I needed to break it and make it more grungy. So yeah. And now just need a paper towel. Okay, just a little bit. Yeah. Yes, this is it. That's what I wanted. Love it. And it all started from an envelope. And I probably need to check the chat. Just trying to put away some of the stuff so I can see what I'm doing. Okay. Before I cut myself, because I'm just a genius that way. Okay. Some control over what's going on here. Let's see what I've missed in the chat. And I've got a laptop here and a mouse connected, and it's so different from before when I only used my phone to check the chat. So I need to get used to this configuration. Let's see. Ooh, I missed a lot. Going back. Okay, let's see. Okay. I don't know how I come up with this. I just see shapes and colors and I don't know, it just comes about. There is a whole circus in my mind that's filled with shapes and colors. Negative butterfly, sometimes I use it, but not when it's such a small one. I've used in the past negative hole punch. Hello to anyone that I missed. People are all over the place. It's great. Thank you, DL, maybe Lei. I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name. Thanks, Melissa. Yeah, don't cut it now, my hand. A journal for cards? No, I don't have a journal for especially for cards, but because I got through time all kinds of stuff from people, I do try to incorporate them into art journals. So sometimes they will be a focal point, sometimes they will be part of the background, and that's it. But not one special journal just for that. I just figured at first everything was in some kind of stash, but it's a shame. If you love something, I prefer to incorporate it into an art journal page instead of leaving it in a stash. And there was a time that if someone's not even if someone sent me something beautiful, if I bought something beautiful, it would stay in the stash and I wouldn't touch it because it was so beautiful. But then what's the purpose? And if you're so attached to something, then always just photocopy it and save it and use for your art. Otherwise, there is no point, and you just keep on adding to the stash, and it just stays in a bin, and that's that. It's like if I'm traveling a lot as much as I can, and sometimes I'm in a museum and I buy all kinds of stuff. Like I had bookmarks from the Van Gogh Museum in Amsterdam, and they were in a bin with other stuff. And what's the purpose? To keep them in some kind of stash. So I started taking out all this stuff and putting it into the art journals. And since I've got so many in the works, there is always a place for something like that. Wow, I've talked a lot today. What the time? Ooh, it's almost 1. Yeah, all kinds of postcards. I've got postcards like from the Victoria and Albert Museum in London. I've got postcards from Corfu, Athens, and I started to just put them into journals. It's just a shame that they are in some kind of bin. Okay, I think everything is under control. Here, most of the stuff I put away. I'm just thinking if I can find, I want a word here. Maybe I will find something in what Linda sent me. She sent me so many that I really want to use this. oops or oopsie. It would be great to put it in an art journal. Fun and fearless. All kinds of great stuff here. Be nice next trip. That's great. Made right here. Gratitude. Butterflies. Maybe this is going here. Tiny treasures. Also, yeah. Tiny treasures. Yep. Yeah, I'm going with this. Definitely. I know you can hardly see it, but it needs to be here. Sometimes everything just comes together. It's the little things. I've got so much to play with here. Okay, so this is the time to ask things, to comment, to whatever you want to tell me now that you have my full attention. And yeah, I love it. I just love this envelope. I'm doing the squiggly line around the page. You can never go wrong with the squiggly line. Yeah. Okay. Routines? No, I don't have any routines. For me, it just I have this need to create. If I don't have a, sometimes I just have some kind of an image in my crazy brain that needs to get out. So then the only thing is that I need to translate it from something in my mind into an art journal or a canvas or whatever. And sometimes it's just the need to create, and it comes about by sometimes looking at looking at stuff. It can, I'm always giving that mundane example that I folded laundry. I had 3 sweaters, one on top of each other, and I really liked the colors, how they came together, and that's what prompted me to do an art journal page. It can be anything. And nowadays I hardly watch YouTube, other creators, so that's not a thing anymore. So, and I don't do any prompts, so, but sometimes I see things like in Pinterest that will start my creative juices to work. And I don't know, I really don't know. It's just the need to create and looking at stuff. I can just rearrange something, or I look at something that pops here, a piece of paper napkin or something like that, and I will just, oh, I need to use it, I need to do something with it. Sometimes something like that is a leftover will be here on my desk, and I will just have to find it at home. That's the only explanation that I can give you. I can't just throw it away, and it will be, and it's small, so I won't put it into a stash, it will get lost. I do have, well, I kind of have a stash for some small things like this, but mostly nowadays when I have got like a small thing like this, I'll probably find immediately where to put it, because I don't want to accumulate too much. And because it's small, it would probably go into a smaller journal. Like I've got this junk journal, and I know that I have smaller pages here, so I will try and find a place for it in one of these pages. Like, let's see. Oopsie. So that's how it goes. Two just things that are lying around and need to find a home. Okay. I like it. And now let's find something here again. I remember something that I liked. No. Once again. Discover, not that. Maybe, or for a song, I don't know why. It resonates with me, but gratitude. Winging it. I remember seeing something. Oops, making a mess as usual. Something with this kind of a font, but it was straight and not like this. What was it? I don't know. Let's see. For a song, I just don't like the color here. Winging it, not really. I've got here, live with joy unselfishly. Maybe I'll put it here. Maybe. And that's how it comes about. Otherwise, I don't have any other explanation. But a good think if you want to do and you don't know where to start, there is a video I've done in the past. I need to remember what was the name of it. Let's see, I'm looking for a washi tape that I want to put here. So I'm getting stuck talking. Let's see, maybe something here from the vintage stash. So there was a video I've done. I'll try to remember what it was and put a link below after I finish the live. But a good practice is to start by choosing 3 colors, and it doesn't matter what you are using. If you have acrylics and that's your medium, then go with acrylics. If it's colored pencils, go with colored pencils. Really doesn't matter. Choose 3 colors that you like and start with that. And yeah, this is going here. And after that, again, and it doesn't even matter how you're putting it on your page. You can smear it, you can do brush strokes. It really doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is to put something on the page. And after you finished with at least with the first layer with the paint, then you go and pick, if it's 3 stamps or 3 stencils or 3 tools that can make marks, things that you can find at home. If it's circles or I don't know, the underside of the flip-flops, anything that can make a mark, and then you again put it randomly on your page. And you create layers, and then that's what can get you started. And you can leave it as is, or you can decide that you want a focal point on top of it, or if you want just a word. Anything goes. There are no rules to it. The only thing is to use what you have and have fun with it. And at the end of the day, it's just paper. I'm thinking of doing a series of videos that we can all do together and start like from scratch with minimal supplies. I'm thinking of starting with either, let's see where I put it, just a plain notebook with blank pages. That's one option. Another option is just a notebook that has lines, like, I don't know, like composition book, notebook, if that's what is more available to you, or in a book, which is another, or brochure or a magazine. Doesn't really matter, just starting with some kind of let's call it a notebook. And I'm thinking of doing a series like that, and it can be like prompts, or it can be just more stuff that I do and taking you along for the ride. If that's I hope I'm making sense. So here we go, no leftovers, everything found a place. let's see. Once again, I am not seeing what you're saying in the chat, so I'm going to go back. I missed a lot, so I'm going back. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so yeah, I hope to do, as I said, that kind of a video. There are so many things that I want to do, not always have the time or the energy, and sometimes I just don't feel like it. There are days that I just don't feel like doing anything. But getting out for a few days from this crazy place helped revive me. So now I'm brimming with ideas to do. Yeah, so that's it for me. I'm beat. There is already, as I said at the beginning, there is hi Betty, a video scheduled for Sunday, and it's with all the new equipment, with the new camera and everything, and I hope it looks better than my regular videos, especially that I have the zoom in and zoom out, which I still don't have for the live, but we'll figure it out. I've got my younger son, my IT support that helps me, and connected all the stuff here, all the things that I needed. And well, I really like at least what I see in the laptop. It looks better in terms of visibility than what I could achieve with my phone. So Yeah, so that's it for tonight, morning for Down Under. Thank you all for being here, and yeah, I'll be seeing you in my next video. So bye for now.